states of existence in this world. There's what's called, in Kabbalistic terms, Reshut HaYachid, the personal space, the concealed space. And there's what's called Reshut HaRabim, the public space, external, going out, being known outside. And he explains that the light of the Creator, its realm, is what's called the Reshut HaYachid, the personal, the private space, the hidden space. The negative side, the Satan, the other source that brings any type of lack, darkness, disease into this world, is in control of what's called the Reshut HaRabim, the public space, the external space. That's why in Kabbalistic terms, if you read in the Ari or in many Kabbalistic books, the negative forces are referred to with the word chitzoniim. They are the external forces. So he says, you have to understand this fundamental spiritual rule. The light of the Creator resides in the private, hidden space. The negative side resides in the public, external space. He says, therefore, we know something, a teaching most of us have heard before, Ein bracha metzuya ella bedavar hasamui min ha'ayin, which means that blessings cannot reside, cannot rest, except on things that are hidden from the eye. And most of us think that the reason why that is true, why if you have a blessing, you try not to speak about it, if you have a blessing, you try not to show it, is simply because if you tell it to more people, they'll have ayin hara, they'll have an evil eye, or in some way they will influence it. And while that is true, that is not the real reason why you need to keep your blessings hidden, why you need to keep what is important in the personal space. Now we understand the reason is because the Reshut HaRabim, the external space, anything that is outside, that's where Satan is. So it's not even so much, as we said, about other people knowing about it and maybe influencing it physically or spiritually. It's just that when things go out into the public space, into the Reshut HaRabim, that's where Satan is. If you keep it in the Reshut HaYachid, if you keep it in the personal space, then it is within the realm of the light of the Creator. The light of the Creator resides in the personal hidden space. The negative side, the Satan, the negative forces reside in the external space. That's why no blessing can truly rest on anything that is outside, that is put outside in the public space, because that's the place where Satan is. So when you understand that, he says, that there are two states of being, what type of person do you want to be? Most of us, unfortunately, have a desire to reside, at least to some extent, in the Reshut HaRabim, in the public space. For one person to know about me, for two people to think positively about me, for 5 people to think positively, maybe even more. All that is Reshut HaRabim, the external space, outside of myself. There, the Kabbalists explain, resides Satan. Negativity, the darkness can always attach itself within the Reshut HaRabim, because that is where Satan is. And therefore he says, and this is a very important understanding, what is the purpose of our spiritual work? All of our spiritual work. What focus should we have today as we come here to listen to the reading of the Torah? When I read the Zohar, when I make a connection, the thought should be this. I ask that through this connection, that through this reading of the Torah, through this reading of the Zohar, through this action of sharing, I bring upon myself another level of concealment. Another level is referred to as the kanfei Shechina, or the protection of the light of the Creator. The protection of the light of the Creator is that level of concealment. I ask that through every spiritual action that I do, I become more concealed. And why do I want to be more concealed? Not because I don't want to have an ego or because I don't want people to know, but because I know that in the level of concealment, that is where the light of the Creator resides. In the level of revealment, in the Reshut HaRabim, in the external space, that's where the Satan resides. So to the degree that I can maintain myself more and more in my personal space, in the way that every spiritual action that I do, what is its purpose? Bring one more layer of concealment on me and my blessings. If you can reside within the place of concealment, if you can reside within the place where the light of the Creator surrounds you completely, then there can be no judgment. Then there can be no darkness, then there can be no pain.